Hey y'all, and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how I made a V-part wig using a sewing machine, and this is my first time. So we're going to start with the bundles. I grabbed these really cheap bundles off of Amazon. I'll link it below. Would not recommend if you want to keep the hair in for a long time. I just wanted something cheap because I've never done this before, so if I messed it up, I wouldn't feel bad about it. The first thing I did was co-wash with some conditioner. I used two bundles altogether, so I used I believe it was a 16-inch bundle and an 18-inch bundle. So yes, I got the hair. Y'all know when girls be doing like those hair videos and they're like, I got the hair and it smelled like corn chips, or I got it and it didn't smell like anything. I don't understand why people say that, because regardless of what the hair smells like, you have to fucking wash it. So I don't know why that's a thing. Because if you get it and it smells like corn chips, you still got to wash it. If you get it and it don't smell like corn chips, you still got to wash it. So why does it matter what it smells like? But anyways, another trick that I use to prep my bundles is fabric softener. I use Downy. I don't know how to explain it, but it works really good. Just do it. Like it really works really good. It makes the hair really shiny. It gets everything out without, drying and stuff like that. Conditioner does do a good job, but just trust me, like fabric softener is like the finishing touch. So I comb it through and wash it through just like how I do the conditioner, but I always do the fabric softener last.
That's why I'm over retarded. Baby, welcome to the party. I hit the boy up and then I go skating a Rari. Baby, welcome to the party. Bitch, I'm a thug. Get me lit. Gun on my head.
Now I have my mannequin head. I have a 22-inch, which is a size medium, which is the size of my big ass fucking head. This is the neck cap that I use, a stretchy kind. It's breathable, it's really thin. And I use measuring tape to draw across 1 inch at a time so I can have like a guide for when I'm sewing. I always do it this way when I make wigs. It's so much easier to just get the tracks right. So just make sure that you use some sort of guide. Obviously, you don't have to use like measuring tape. I highly recommend it, but you don't have to use it as long as you're like drawing some sort of something on the cap to help you along the way. Baby, welcome to the party. I hit the boy up and then I go skating a Rari. Baby, welcome to the party. Bitch, I'm a thug. Get me lit. Gun on my head. 1 and a half. 10 in the click. Baby, don't trip. Just load it. This is my wig cap when I'm all done. So like I said, 1 inch parts all across. And now I'm about to get these bundles and show you how I do my little technique. So I started with the shortest bundle, 16 inches in the back and then 18 in the front, because I'm going to end up cutting it into a bob. So I left out the prep for the sewing machine. I can do a separate video on how to, use a sewing machine, but it's not going to be this one. And I can tell you that I do double stitch. So what I do is I take the bundle, I fold it, and I put it in the sewing machine to sew the bundles together. That's why I make 1 inch parts on the wig cap, because I sew the bundles together. I hope that made sense. But my technique here is basically sewing the bundles together, double stitching. You'll see the stitching later and it'll make sense later. So this way, less cutting, which is less shedding, and a flatter wig. So this is the stitching, and that's why it's double stitching, because obviously the tracks are not completely on top of each other. They're next to each other. So this is my results for the double stitching. Next, after I did the 16-inch bundle and the 18-inch bundle, now I have two long bundles, right? Because I just sewed the bundles together. So this is me doing my first track, and I'm just using the guide. This is in real time. So I'm using the guide that I drew on my wig cap so I know where to start and stop the bundles. When I get to the end of the track on the wig cap, I sew in reverse just to make sure that double stitching is not the double stitching, just make sure the stitches are good to go. And I go over it a couple times, forward, backwards, because obviously I'm about to cut the track off. I'm like, hey, what's up, hello? Since your pretty ass, soon as you came in the door, I just wanna chill, got a sack for us to roll. Married to the money, introduced her to my stove. Showed her how to whip and now she remixing for low. She my track queen. Now I'm going in with the next track just to show you that I'm using my the guide that I drew on the wig cap, and that's what I follow. When you're sewing with a sewing machine, when you're making a wig, make sure you don't stretch the cap. So this is in real time. So you see how I'm just placing the track on top of the wig cap and not stretching it. If you stretch the cap while you're sewing, the wig won't fit because you would have already stretched it out and it won't have no stretch left to it. So when you're sewing, just make sure you're placing the track on the wig cap. Don't stretch it out. Of course, smooth it out so there's not a bunch of crumps and lumps in it, but don't stretch it out because the wig won't fit. All right, so this is about an hour later, and I'm at the top, so I have to sew on one more track. This is so easy. Like, this does not take much time at all. If you know how to use a sewing machine, this is the way to go. Like, you don't need to be making a wig by hand anymore like it's 2005. Like, just use a sewing machine. So this is the finished, well, nearly finished sewing product, I guess. I had like a little bit of piece of track left, but I only used two bundles, the 16-inch bundle and the 18-inch bundle, and it was just enough. So now I'm about to cut off the excess lace at the excess cap at the top. I was about to say lace. At the top, in the shape of a V. without cutting, without cutting the extra thread and stuff like that. So cut really close, because my scissors are really sharp. Cut really close, but I didn't, cut anything off. Now I'm sewing combs inside the wig. So I'm putting them in the obvious places: the ear tabs, the nape, and 2 on each side of the V. So this is the inside of the wig. So we have a total of 7 combs altogether. I normally don't even use the comb on the nape. I only use the side combs and 2 of the combs in the V, because that's what's most comfortable, but just in case. And it also has the wig cap that I use, it also has like a adjustable strap, but I don't like that either because you don't want too much tension back there. So now I'm using my Garnier Fructis serum. I think it's like well, I hope it is. It's a flat iron serum, a heat protector serum. Just a little something to flat iron the hair or blow dry it first. There we go. First I got to blow dry it. So it's my blow dryer is on high heat and high speed. This only took 2 seconds because the blow dryer was really hot. Just wanted to blow it out a little bit before I flat iron it. What happened to the waves? I thought this was body wave. Like, where, okay. Anyway, so going in with that, and then I'm gonna quickly just flat iron the hair. So here we are, fully flat ironed, and This is as sleek as it was going to get. If I wasn't cutting this hair, I don't know what I'd be able to do with it, because if you see the bottom, it's very thin. So just putting that out there. But now it's time to cut. So I am not the best with shears. I have clippers. I'm not the best with those either, but I'm going to do my best. And y'all will see me doing my very best to cut to a desired length. So I wanted a shoulder length bob. So I tried to, cut as long as possible. I thought about putting the wig on my head then cutting, but again, I'm really not that good at cutting, so I don't even want to risk it at this point. I'm already not supposed to be using scissors. I can barely keep the mannequin head still like this. Yeah. Yep. A real kitchen stylist. A real kitchen stylist. But yes, I'm going to just chop as much as I can and as even as I can.
Looking like Katie and Kyrie. My TD Baker's on what? My TD Baker's on Kylie. Try back in the lobby. All these niggas getting dodgy. When we see them, it's a body.
Now I'm going in to bump the ends a little bit so that the bob can look a little bit more uniform, because obviously I didn't cut it perfectly, but I do want it to lay a certain way. And once you see at the end, it looks really good, like really good. It looks blunt on camera when I first cut it, but once I bumped the ends and actually put the wig on, it looked perfectly fine.
Fabi, Sosa, viral, movie. I'm in this bitch with the wooski. Ball in the summer like Julie. Champagne got me loopy. Lizzie Bob looking groovy. All the demons looking moody. Hey, 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 move, get out the way long. Say the wrong thing, you can shut your face. Yeah, Fabi, lace, put the opposite place. Yeah, if you a gangster, then you gotta relate. She got a face, you can't mistake. She pay for the food, you want to date. That game great, she let me know her face. Hey, every time she lean, she come with an A. Bow, viral, you ain't never make a movie with Drake. Bow, sponsor, I take a perk, I turn to a monster. I'm in the call like I'm sorry, your honor. I killed the op, I ain't catching no karma. Bow, yeah, I killed the op, I ain't catching no karma. Fabi, Sosa, viral, movie. I'm in this bitch with the wooski. Ball in the summer like Julie. Champagne got me loopy. Lizzie Bob looking groovy. All the demons looking moody. Hey, I'm a demon in the night, and I'm a shark above the water. I got shooters in New York, and I got shooters across the border. I go drinking till I'm off.
And this is the finished product. It came out just the way I wanted. For my first time, I thought it was really easy. And if you guys want to see a video of me installing the V-part wig and styling it and whatnot, that video is separate, so stay tuned. But thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you on my next video.
I'll go drink until I'm over, and then we'll walk up by I got the way they say that I'm